Yeah, let's tell them. We're having a little stormy weather here. I'm trying a new device, so um, let me know what you think of it. I bought a used tablet off of a kid that, he didn't like it, so I'm gonna give it a shot. Maybe just to do all my videos because it's, my phone is only like 3 recordings. So anyway, one of the videos I was talking about, I said we were going to do, a series of kits. I've been watching a couple of different channels that review survival kits, and I don't quite know how to say it. The companies are trying, but if you really depend on these kits, yeah, just stay home. Don't worry about it. Don't even put them in your car, okay? From what I see of a lot of them, you get like one good, really good component. Like the one had a really nice dry bag, had Daytrick bars and a little bit of water. Huge, expensive medical kit, but nothing in the way of gear to really help you do much. There wasn't really enough there to do anything, and this was supposed to be a survival kit. The one I did watch was by a Howling Hoosier. It was a 1 day survival kit, and it was a 1 day joke. So I come up with this idea that these are just my opinions, but I'm going to show you like kits from the very basic up to my whole kit, and it might be a 6-7 part series. So we'll see. The very basics is in this kit for me. Now, if I'm out, I always thought fire, you can hunt, you can shelter under most anything. The fire is your most important. Keeps the boogie away, keeps the animals away, cooks your food, keeps you warm. If you can keep your core temperature warm, no matter whether it's a shelter or a fire, you're doing good. So, I have my hunting knife in there. I always have a blade. I've got a ferro rod in the big pocket. And I've got a small piece of fat wood. That would be enough to get me a fire. That would be enough to get me a fire. And that's it. We're probably going to cover 2 or 3 kits in this video. But as you see, I've got a way to start a fire even with a belt folder. And that's the most important to me, is getting that fire going. Especially on days like today. It's, I don't know, about 75 out here, but with this 30-mile-an-hour breeze, it's chilly compared to what we've had. And in the little pocket, I thought I had one, I have another piece of black and white fire starter firewood. I forget what it's called. And my little trapper. Yeah, you've all seen this kit. It's, the big blade is for the big cut and the little trapper is for the fight stuff. This is my wood running kit for hunting season, usually for deer. Now that's the utmost basic. All I'm concerned with is I'm out hunting, I can get a fire started. Because when I'm hunting, I'm with my brother or somebody else. It's not like I'm out there by myself. And if I am, it's very seldom, and I'll switch to a different kit altogether. Because, I did that experiment a few years back where I didn't take anything, got caught in the rain and needed something. So my kits get switched up as I need them. So this is my next step up. What this is my Life Knife Commando. It's a dependable knife, and I know I can depend on it thick and thin. So, in the handle here, you're not going to see it. In the handle here, I have 2 wax cotton balls sitting on top of Strike Anywhere matches. So I've got a fire in the handle if I ever become separated from everything else. Has a waterproof O-ring, so I don't have to worry about water getting in it. I've tried it, I've sunk it, it doesn't leak. course, got a leather sheath I can always strap my knife on. Now, there's stuff all over this sheath, so let's start here. I've got 20 yards of bank line, 36. That's got 3 strands of number 12 bank line, which will hold 110 pounds per strand. I have a lot of string here, a lot of shelter building. In this bottom pouch, which was meant for a wire saw, which I find to be a joke, I have a piece of duct tape and a very gummy survival card. It's got an arrowhead on it, it's got a blade, and it's got like a little tiny little saw thing. It ain't much, but I have an arrowhead. So if I do get lost, at least I have a metal arrowhead, one to use. And after the arrowhead's off, you can use the card kind of like a fish gig on an arrow. But that fits in there, and that snaps shut in that little pouch. And I can actually put more in there if I wanted to, but I just don't have anything right now. So I got the bank line, I got the arrowhead. I got to remember where my camera is. Now on the front, I took a 9mm ammo, 9mm mag pouch, and I sewed it into the interlacings of the stitching. Then put a Ranger band on it to hold it good and tight, make sure nothing moves. Then, you know, these things are really ugly gray camouflage. What I did is I took a Sharpie, and I colored in some of the white spots in black, and it really helped the camo a lot. I was surprised. Now, in here, in my estimation, a kit is supposed to help you survive. It's not supposed to make you survive. This is what makes you survive. This is your first layer of kit. Okay, is you. This is just junk to help you survive a little longer. Now, if this stuff in here is junk, I mean just plain junk, kiss your ass goodbye. You're going to rip up, it's going to tear, it's not going to work, you've got to have quality material. Okay? It's got to be. This is your life on the line. This is your safety, maybe not life, but safety. Okay, so first thing we have is a wet fire gel. I have a secondary blade, which is a little Colonial sheep's foot. We've seen a review on this. I have a small diamond sharpening block. I've got another ferro rod. Now with these ferro rods, remember to grease them. Keep them in a good coating of grease, or wrap them in, Vaseline and Saran wrap or something, because they will oxidize. And if this is what you got to save your life, you pull it out of here, it's oxidized. You're kind of up the creek. So, then we have a really good stick of black and white fire starter fat wood. A bit lighter. Like a clown car. A full pack of matches. Ranger band. That's why the Ranger band's there, to hold all this stuff in. Fire plugs, and I've got them waxed. These are magnesium tablets. Every one of them little tablets have a little capsule of magnesium on them. In it, I should say. Now I got them in a kit, but I usually make them. I get vitamin supplement capsules. Then you can take them apart, empty the contents out, and put the magnesium in it if you want to. If not, just get yourself a little pouch. It works the same. And then bottom, dryer lint. So, with me and this knife, I am guaranteed to fire one way or another. And that's the way I like it. I want to make sure that when I go out with a knife, now it does weigh a little bit. This weighs about 3 pounds. But the knife is super heavy too. But when I go out in the woods, I want to make sure I'm going to be safe. I've never, except for that one time I was experimenting, I never go out in the woods without my haversack or my little belt kit, which we'll be looking at in this series. Or something along these lines with a knife like this, where I'm sure I got fire, and somewhere else on my body I have something that I can make a shelter out of. I used to have a survival coat years ago, and what that was a designated coat with a lot of pockets, and it had shelter, fire, canteens, everything in the pockets and attached to the jacket that I would need in case I get lost. I still have the coat. Maybe I'll set it up again this year. I don't know. I got all this stuff back in there. This is going to be fun. So, that's my basic. I'm going out hunting with my brother deer kit, or with a friend deer kit. And the knife that I would choose to take if I was going by myself. Which, to be honest with you, I think this year I'm going to do a trip by myself. I've been basically a lone hunter all my lifetime, and this stuff of having somebody constantly around sometimes gets on my nerves bad. Really can't enjoy hunting. So that's what it all packs back up into. Now, if you really want to, you can buy these mag holders anywhere you want to. And you can see what kind of an extensive fire kit that is, and it doesn't take up much room on your belt or in the, on your harness sets or anything, your battle rattle. So you can build a pretty darn extensive fire kit. On a very small scale. But I mean, let's get serious. There's everything in there: Bic lighters, matches, tinder, a knife, a way to sharpen another knife. Everything's in there that you would need. Even to effect, an emergency overnight somewhere in the woods, you still have a knife and a sharpener and fire. So that's the first parts of the kits. As you can see, no matter what I do, I'm going to have fire. Now the second parts of the kits, we're going to start moving up. So this is Tom. I want to thank you for your time and your patience. Let me know how this video turns out on this new device, and we will see you on the next one.